Hey everyone.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Hey man, I'm serious. It's not a joke.
Thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
And today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 Hocus Pocus characters in anticipation for the long-awaited sequel coming out on September 29th.
We're home.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
I'm a huge fan of Hocus Pocus and have been since I was a kid.
I gave it a 10! A 10! A fucking 10!
It's one of those Halloween films that I try to watch every single year, so this was a really fun list to make. I'll be ranking these characters on how likable they are to me personally, along with what they bring to the plot. And please let me know your own thoughts and rankings down below. I'd really love to know what everyone else thinks, and I promise to respond to every comment in due time. So let's get some good conversations going on.
Don't make me come down there, you punk!
And please like and subscribe if you enjoy the video and don't want to miss out on any future content.
That's all you have to do!
It helps my channel out a ton, and it means the multiverse to me, you guys. Especially as the spooky season gets underway. Because
I am the Pumpkin King!
I sure do like pumpkins, Cotton.
But let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into this. In my 10th spot is the bully Ernie, or as he prefers, Ice.
This is Ernie.
How many times I gotta tell you? My name ain't Ernie no more. It's Ice.
This is Ice.
Thug life. Nerd.
I will give this character some credit as he is super memorable despite the fact that he may go down as one of the weakest bullies physically and mentally in cinema history. He lacks anything really likable overall character-wise, especially when watching him steal candy and shoes from other people and insulting everyone else at every single turn. But his comeuppance and the hilariosity surrounding him is so satisfying to watch. And I will give him some credit for having a creative haircut to going along with his dumbass name. I guess that's one way to commit. And he has a stomach made of candy-eating steel, so bonus points, you dumbass. But like all characters on this list, I can't wait to see if they bring him back for more shenanigans. He seems kind of like a hobo on the street type. Or maybe he's working at a gas station selling ice.
Tubular.
And then...
Next up at number 9 is Ice's slightly more entertaining bully sidekick, Jay.
I'm Jay.
Jay is almost as bad as Ice, but there's a softness about him that separates him from his buddy. Ice is the brains of the operation, and Jay simply follows blindly while laughing at the nonsense around him. So there's more of an innocence about him, and that puts him above his friend a little bit in likability. And after the Sanderson sisters abducted the bully and locked them up, Jay actually apologized and tried to make it right, proving maybe he actually learned the lesson that they were trying to teach him. Maybe he actually is the smarter of the two dumbass bullies. We will have to see in the sequel if this character actually grew up at all. It would be hilarious as hell if he was like a teacher at the school or the mayor of the town or some shit. Next up for me in the 8th spot is the first Sanderson sister on my list, Mary.
I feel shocked.
I love what she brings to the group of witches. Her power and ability to smell children, even if she can't see them, brings a fun dynamic to the film. It was thanks to her nose that the sisters were able to continuously track down the main cast of kids.
Really, dear? I smell children. Suck 'em.
And figure out that Halloween night was all about children dressing up in costumes. And she's goofy and loopy, but at the same time, there was a maternal instinct with her that made her extra likable. She was always there for her fellow sisters and supported them. but she has to go down towards the bottom for me. In my 7th spot is Allison.
Allison?
Oh, Allison. I thought you weren't into Halloween.
Even though I do really like this character, I just don't relate to her that well, and there are better characters to be mentioned above her. I do adore her love for Halloween though, as I can relate being a spooky season fiend myself, and I love how she uses her knowledge for her hometown Salem to defeat the witches, burning them alive in the school. And she never gives up, which would be easy to do, especially once the witches come back, and I can really appreciate that. And she finds a good balance as a character. Despite her being the popular hot girl in a small town, she never comes off as bitchy or annoying. And she's down to get her hands dirty, and she has a great thirst for adventure that helps push the film forward. But unfortunately, she is the one who opened the book after they escaped from the sisters, and that does detract from her character. She should have known better, to be honest.
You blew it!
You dumb bastard.
Before I continue, just a quick reminder to please let me know your own thoughts and character rankings down below.
And then...
In my 6th spot is a zombie who was brought back to life after 300 years, good old Billy Butcherson.
He's a good zombie.
Winifred's ex-boyfriend and Sarah's ex-lover. I love the tragic nature of this character from his first appearance to his last. Watching him chase the kids around, causing a giant misunderstanding, is hilarious. And after he is able to finally cut his mouth open and explain what is happening, it's so fantastic.
Donald, come along now!
You buck-toothed, hop-riding firefly from hell!
I waited centuries to say that.
I just wish we got more from him, as he is a background supporting character for sure. I really hope we get to see more from him in the sequel, as I love his tragic backstory and find him really interesting for sure. In 5th place is Winifred Sanderson.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Winifred is the leader of the trio of witches and sets the tone for her family throughout the film. Without Winifred, Mary and Sarah would be totally lost as characters. Winifred is the one with the spell book and the one that's able to shock and move people, so she's definitely the most powered witch in the movie. She knows what she wants and knows exactly what she has to do to get it done. She's portrayed superbly well by Bette Midler in a legendary performance that carries her side of the film, and you can tell she's having a blast throughout. But as reckless and witchy as Winifred is, she is still oddly likable. She's the evilest character in the movie, but I still enjoy her enormously and can't help but secretly support her just a little bit. Even though she's a witch that's been dead for 300 years, she's hilariously relatable and just wants to be young and live forever. Who can't relate to that? Moving on, in 4th place, I have...
And then...
I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games.
And what is that, dude?
Sarah Sanderson, the ditzy, dumb, blonde sister. To be honest, this character doesn't bring a ton to the movie plot-wise, but she's so enjoyable when she's on screen. Whether it's dancing around, singing, climbing random things, or trying to fuck everything that moves. Not gonna lie, as a kid, I kind of had a little bit of a crush spell on this character. I'm not gonna say she jumped me into puberty, but it didn't hurt. I'd love to be in her cage getting tortured. So yeah, basically this character is just pure fun, so I have to put her towards the top. Next up for me at number 3 is Max.
Oh, come on. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
This character is super relatable, especially to the younger version of me, and even though he's the dumbass who lit the candle, I can understand why, as he was just trying to impress Allison, but I think he makes up for it throughout the rest of the film, stepping up and taking on that hero mentality, leading up to his numbskull sacrifice trying to save his sister.
What a fool to give up thy life for thy sisters.
The arc he goes through is pretty satisfying overall, going from being an angsty Halloween-hating teen who doesn't want to be around his sister to the hero is great, and I love the ways he tricks the Sanderson sisters over and over, so amazingly hilarious.
You mess with the great and powerful Max, and now must suffer the consequences.
He makes fire in his hand.
Daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time.
But moving on, in the second spot, I have his sister, Dani. What's not to like about Dani? She's young, curious, enthusiastic, and she's a little bit braver than Max is overall. She wants more than anything to go trick-or-treating with her brother and flips her fear for the Sanderson house in exchange for him to go again with her next year in a costume, showing her balance of smarts and bravery. If I'm going to do something crazy, I might as well get something out of it. And I gotta say, as much as I love candy, I'd want to check out that shit too. And as the only kid in the main cast, Dani makes Hocus Pocus the perfect movie for all ages. She makes it relatable for everyone. Her bravery and kindness makes her as likable as they come as a character. I just wish she wasn't quite so annoying at times in terms of being a younger sister.
And he's a virgin. Max likes her yabos. In fact, he loves them.
You just humiliated me in front of half the guys at school.
So collect your candy and get out of my life.
She throws her brother Max under the bus several times and spies on him. And I gotta say, if my younger sister did that, I might freak out just a little bit too. But she does it in such a cute, endearing way that I can't hate on her, as she's entertaining and really well acted for a child.
I'm gonna put my foot in your ass if you say "and then" again!
So that means in first place, we have the most likable character in the entire movie, Thackeray Binks. Although he's just a cat for most of the film, he's a cat with a dark past and a deep history. He's been silenced to a life of kittyhood for over 300 years after he tried saving his younger sister from witches. Not being able to do so haunted him, and it was something he had to live with forever. It's a great tragic touch for this kid's film. And had it not been for Thackeray, who knows if Max, Dani, and Allison or the whole town would have made it out alive. He's the one who told the kids what they needed to do and to hide in the graveyard because it's sacred ground. Thackeray isn't likable just because he was a cat. He was essential to the plot and was a hero. The way he bonds with the main cast of kids is also fantastic. The dynamic with Dani is super sweet, and I love how he calls out Max and takes his frustrations out on him in a fun way. And you love to see him finally get to see his sister after everything. So in the top spot, I think this cat has to go, even though I'm more of a dog person. So that will do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching if you're still there, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow and reach more people. And let me know down below what your own thoughts and opinions are. I'll answer any questions and respond to any comment. Just let me know, as I appreciate every single one of you. That'll do it for this one, guys. Keep it classy. Thanks for watching.